Hi, good morning everyone. A very warm welcome to Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve. And for the first time in the country, we are doing something, going live on safaris to all our viewers who are sitting at home, quarantining themselves due to the outbreak of COVID-19. And here we go. We are entering Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve. Right. We are going towards Jamni village, which was a relocated village in the year 2013-14. And let's see what is there for us for this morning safari. Okay, here we go. We see a troop of langurs sitting on the road. And yeah, but this is a very common troop which we regularly see. Sometimes we call them as a Jamni troop. Here we come to Jamni Meadows. This is a beautiful grassland. So usually we see a lot of spotted deers grazing here. Very unusual this morning. There's not a one single spotted deer grazing. Could be a predator movement. Let's wait for some time and hear any distress call of a prey animal and take it forward. Okay, here we come following the distress call of a Samba. The spotted deer looks agitated and looking at the surroundings of the Jamni lake. Let's wait if we could hear more distress call of a Samba or a spotted deer. As of now, looks nothing. The herd of spotted deer and the Samba looks very calm and they're just looking at us. Meanwhile, you can also see a beautiful darter, which is also called as a snake bird, perched and near the Jamni lake. They mainly feed on fishes, and the Jamni lake has a lot of fishes here. And sometimes we also see crocs here. After waiting for 15-20 minutes, there is no signs of any predators, or we didn't hear any distress calls. I think what we'll do is let's continue with the safari. Let's explore the different areas, some other water holes, and look for other prey animals as well. And being a rutting season, we might see a good population of spotted deer.
My name is Manisha Pramod Jadhav. I work here in Tadoba Andhari Tiger Reserve as Range Forest Officer, specially working for Special Tiger Protection Force.
Okay, after checking the Jamni lake, en route we want to check a couple of water bodies like the 97 and the Inbody waterhole, and later we want to go towards the Pandaponi. And this is a very good time of the year where you will have a lot of mahua flowers and a lot of mahua trees on this road. And let's also check for some mahua trees and some mahua flowers.
So on our way, I heard this tipping sound. So I'm wondering what was the falling tipping sound. And we are right under the mahua tree. You will find a beautiful aroma of these flowers. It generally blooms into the month of March and Feb, and you can see this beautiful attractive color. It harbors the wildlife, especially the herbivores. And I have also seen a lot of langurs eating and bruising all over the jungle. this wonderful family has come to greet us. The father, the mother and the child. The one with the antelopes you can see is the male. This is the female. It gives a good forage for the tiger, which is samba deer. Almost approximately weighs to 70 to 80 kgs, on which a tiger can feed for almost 3 to 4 days. Of Central India. Here, especially in Tadoba, the dominant species is teak, that is sal, and the associate species of teak is Terminalia tomentosa, also called as the iron tree. You can see the bark of this tree resembles like the upper skin of the crocodile, also called as the crocodile bark tree.
Here we see a beautiful raptor. This is Shikra. It's a Shikra female. You can see the eyes. It's yellow. That's an indication of a female Shikra. The males usually have red eyes. And in the background you can also hear the distress call of a grey jungle fowl.
Friends, we have spotted, I guess the tigress was sitting here, and we'll look for the fresh pug marks and see whether if she has gone this side or this side. As part of my profession, I do have to also keep a track on tigers. So here, well, I have spotted pug mark of a female tigress, and for your curiosity, I would like to tell you it's interesting to figure out from the pug mark whether it is a male tiger or a female tiger. You can also figure out whether this pug mark is of right foot or the left foot. So if you see, the middle finger of our palm is the tallest. So if I keep my palm like this, so I can say that this is the pug mark of left foot. So see, this is a kind of petal shape, and this is the pug mark of a female tigress. So she probably walked from this direction. Well, we just saw the pug marks behind, and following the pug marks we have reached here 97 waterhole. For management purpose of forest, the entire area is divided into compartments. So this is one of the compartment, number 97, and hence this waterhole is also named as 97 waterhole. I can smell some kill here. Probably it is a 3 to 4, 5 days old kill, and let's see if we can spot any tiger here, as the waterhole is the most happening place of the jungle. To keep this waterhole active or supplying it with water, we have implanted solar to keep filling the waterholes. As it gets dried up in the scorching heat of Chandrapur, which reaches up to almost 49 degrees Celsius, you can imagine how tough it is for us humans and how tough it can be for the tigers and other wildlife in the jungle. So let's wait and watch if we can spot a tiger here.
Okay, after waiting for 15-20 minutes, as the ranger said, we have the pug marks coming towards the water hole. But as of now, no signs of any predator here. But we can see this beautiful little egret in his breeding plumage, and these are extremely active in the daytime. You can find them in a small water puddle, swamps and lakes and ponds, looking for some frogs and fishes which are hiding below the rocks. And you can see this guy is extremely active, looking for some frogs and fishes. You see the crows coming to drink water now. Let's give some more time and let's see what happens, because this one being the closest water body, definitely if a predator is close by, they should come and drink water here. You see a male's sambar with huge antlers. He was very cautious before approaching the water body, but somehow he managed to come to the water body. Usually this is water bodies in summer months become the prime areas for the predators to ambush and hunt, and the prey animals also become extremely cautious before approaching the water body. You can look at him. He is constantly drinking water and looking at us. Yeah, here we find our sloth bear. Sloth bears are highly nocturnal. It is very difficult to see them in the daytime, but we are extremely lucky to see a male sloth bear digging a termite mound, looking for termites. They're excellent climbers as well, and Tadoba is one of the best places to see the sloth bears, and they have huge claws. And you can see this guy digging the termite mound, looking for termites. Such a big animal, 70 to 80% of their diet includes termites. They are mainly omnivorous. It's very rare that the sloth bears scavenge. The female sloth bear carries the young one on the back. It's called as piggyback. And usually the cubs stay with the mother up to 2 to 3 years of age. They also forage on the jamun fruits and honey, the mahua flowers. I think this guy has definitely found an active termite mound where he's constantly digging. And you can see the magpie robin, I think.
So friends, this is the very famous water body of Tadoba. It's named as Pandarponi body number 1, and body number 2 is right in the ahead. We all know this water body is famous for the famous tigress which has been spotted since last so many years, which is the T12 and of course Maya for you all. And right now we can see a lot of movement happening here. And of course I also had heard a distress call of Sambar. So we'll just wait and watch if we can see any tiger movement here. by that time you can see wild boar, grey heron, black-naped ibis, and also some of the spotted deers have come here for drinking water. A lot of stories here have been witnessed by you all. The famous tigress T12 walking and crossing the river with her two kids, sheltering under a small island where you can see a tree which is giving a nice shade. So let's hope if we can see some movement here.
Oh wow, look at this beautiful raptor. This is the Oriental honey buzzard. There are a couple of them actually. One is an adult and the other one is a juvenile. If you look at the face of the Oriental honey buzzard, they look very similar to the pigeon's face. That helps in identification of these birds. And in Tadoba, during the summer months, we see a lot of Oriental honey buzzards coming, and particularly at Tadoba Lake, we see a lot of them throughout the day. Oh wow, look at that. That's the grey-headed fish eagle. Can you see she has the fish under her talons? That's one of my favorite birds. I think that's the young one. Oh, she was calling for the chick. I mean, it's a young one. It's a beautiful bird. They're very big birds. Amazing. The mother and the young one.
So friends, here we are, end of the morning safari, and it was a wonderful day with lots of chirping in the forest and different trees and wonderful experience. Just wait for our next update. Just stay home, stay safe.